Our next miscellaneous topic is Ramsar Sites. Ramsar Site is a treaty for the conservation and sustainable use of wetlands and also known as the Convention on Wetlands. It was adopted in Iranian city of Ramsar in 1971, established by UNESCO and came into force in 1975. Headquarter of Ramsar Sites is in Gland, Switzerland. 2nd Feb is celebrated as World Wetlands Day. Fourth and latest Ramsar Convention Strategic Plan for 2016 to 2024 was adopted at COP12. COP means Conference of Parties. This convention works on 3 pillars. Number 1, wise use of wetlands. Number 2, list of wetlands of international importance. Number 3, international cooperation. Ramsar Convention has 6 international organization partners. Number 1, Wildlife International. Number 2, IUCN. Number 3, Wetlands International. Number 4, WWF. Number 5, International Water Management Institute. Number 6, Wildfowl and Wetlands Trust. In 1996, Conference of the Contracting Parties adopted Montreal's Record in Brisbane. It registers the wetland sites on list of wetlands of international importance where changes in ecological character have occurred or occurring or are likely to occur as a result of technological developments, pollution, or other human interference. It is the principal tool of the convention and is maintained as part of the Ramsar list. Loktak Lake and Kalodio National Park are 2 Montreal's Record sites in India. India and Wetland Conservation Ramsar Convention entered into force in the country on 1st February 1981. India presently has 49 sites designated as wetlands of international importance. Now, before we discuss each of the Ramsar sites in India, we will have a look on the previous year questions.
And here we will start with the Ramsar sites in India. We will go state-wise. So we are starting with Uttar Pradesh. In Uttar Pradesh, we have Nawabganj Bird Sanctuary, which was renamed as Chandrasekhar Azad Bird Sanctuary, and barking deers can be spotted here.
Next in the list is Parvati Agra Bird Sanctuary. It is an inland wetland. Inland wetland means the water bodies and other areas that are regularly or periodically covered by water due to poorly draining soils. It has permanent freshwater environment, and one can find critically endangered white-rumped vulture and Indian vultures here.
Saman Bird Sanctuary, which is a seasonal oxbow lake. An oxbow lake starts out as a curve or meander in a river. It is on the Ganges floodplain. The vulnerable species like Cirrus crane can be found here. Other species like jackal and mongoose can also be found here.
Samaspur Bird Sanctuary, which is a perennial lowland marsh typical of the Indo-Gangetic plains, and the endangered Egyptian vulture can be found here.
Sandeep Bird Sanctuary, which is situated on the Indo-Gangetic plains and also known by its ancient name, that is Dahar Jheel.
Sarsai Naval Jheel is derived from the large non-migratory Cirrus crane. It is a permanent marsh, and critically endangered white-rumped vultures and endangered woolly-necked stork can be found here. Hajari Mahadev Temple is also situated here.
Upper Ganga River. It is a habitat for IUCN red-listed Ganges River dolphin and gharials.
Sur Sarovar Bird Sanctuary, which is situated on the banks of River Yamuna in Agra. One can find Keetham Lake here, and it is also famous for Bear Rescue Center.
Haidarpur Wetlands, which is the 47th Ramsar site, which is situated between the river Ganga and Saloni. It is a man-made lake.
Bakira Wildlife Sanctuary was designated as 49th Ramsar site on February 2, 2022. February 2 is also celebrated as World Wetlands Day.
So now students, we will move to the next state, which is Punjab. In Punjab, we have Harike Wetland, which is a shallow water reservoir at the confluence of river Beas and Satluj. Endangered aquatic mammalian as well as reptilian fauna like Indus River dolphin, smooth-coated otter can be found here. It is a wetland of international importance, especially as a waterfowl refuge.
Next in Punjab is Kanjli Wetland. associated with the first Guru of Sikh, Shri Guru Nanak Dev. It is a man-made wetland. It is situated on the bank of perennial river Bain, a tributary of Beas River. It provides irrigation facilities to the state.
Angle Wildlife Sanctuary, which is located in the Shivalik foothills of the Punjab. The flora includes threatened species like endangered Indian pangolin and Egyptian vulture. It is a human-made reservoir constructed as a part of the Bhakra Nangal project in 1961. It has a historic importance as the Indian and the Chinese Prime Ministers formalized the 5 principles of the peaceful coexistence here in the year 1954.
Roper Wetland, which is a human-made wetland of lake and river formed by the construction of a barrage for diversion of water from Satluj River. It is a breeding place for the nationally protected smooth Indian otter, hog deer, sambar. Endangered Indian pangolin can be found here.
Beas Conservation Reserve, which has a stretch of 185 km on the bank of river Beas. It hosts the only known population in India for the endangered Indian river dolphins. In the year 2017, a program was initiated to reintroduce the critically endangered gharial. We have some species which are endangered like mashir, hog deer, vulnerable smooth-coated otter.
Keshapur Myani Community Reserve is a community-managed wetland. Lotus and chestnut crops are cultivated here. One can find vulnerable common pochard and endangered spotted pond turtle here.
Now moving to the next state, which is Gujarat, we have Nal Sarovar Bird Sanctuary, which is a natural freshwater lake. It is also the largest natural wetland in Gujarat. The good part is it is a lifeline for the satellite population of the Indian wildlife.
Thol Lake Wildlife Sanctuary hosts diverse avian fauna. Critical endangered white-rumped vulture, vulnerable Saurus crane, and common pochard can be found here. It is essential during the dry season for blackbucks. It lies on the Central Asian Flyway for migratory avian species.
Vadhavna Wetland, which is a human-made reservoir located in the semi-arid agricultural landscape. It is surrounded by wheat and paddy fields. It lies on the Central Asian Flyway for migratory avian species.
Khizadia Wildlife Sanctuary, located in Jamnagar district on the southern coast of Gulf of Kutch, having unique habitat with fresh water on one side and salt pens on another side. It is an important bird area from Gujarat state. It supports mangroves and marine diversity. A freshwater lake is located in the sanctuary.